So let's start with just clarification that you were the leader on this specific project.
Yeah, so I'm Misty Shadows, and I was reached out to continue some projects started by some other people. And this was like one of the projects I was reached out to about, which was maybe it'd be neat if we could do community map creations for events, or not events, but holidays or something. So I was reached out to, let's try Halloween. So we had to like try to come up with what we wanted to do. We were given some ideas by Industrialize, who is the owner and leader of Ponytown, and so we kind of worked on that. So like our first idea, our V1 idea was like, let's do a bakery seller. So actually, if you want to hop in here, anyway, so this is the so I guess I can't show the minor changes we made. We basically in the bakery we had like a sprite where the back door was like open, and we had like, you know how the bakery door has two plants next to it. So we dragged one plant into the basement, and then
Oh yeah.
it was replace it with some pumpkins on the outside. It was just kind of like a cool thing.
Oh
We
yeah,
wanted
I
to
see
do.
what you're
And we also
saying.
like, I think we also boarded the door up like with like some beams that'd be very easy to like slip by. But it was just like a say, oh, we don't want you here. But this was the initial idea that was proposed by Industrialized. It was like a very preliminary thing, and our team kind of latched onto it. And we're like, yeah, this sounds really cool. No one's seen the bakery before, the basement before, and apparently people didn't want to see that for a hot minute. So this was what we came up with for it after some retuning. But it didn't work out for a variety of reasons. It just didn't see. I was told it didn't fit in with what Ponytown envisioned the bakery seller to look like, and it also accessibility was a big issue because if the teleport's not on the main map, then less people are going to see it. So
Yeah, that's true.
that was also a concern I brought up, but we went with it initially anyway. So yeah, you can look around the map. If you notice, the caves will not be much different, but like this main room, and you if you notice, you'll see things that like
Yeah.
were kept,
Yeah.
but like moved around because we liked some of the areas we built. The one thing I'm sad about is this area did not get in. The flower bags did not make it in.
Yeah, the closest thing to that was the barrels with the flour bags on the top of the shelves. That was the closest.
Yeah,
That's the closest thing to
the
it.
barrel room was very much a work in progress at this point.
Yeah, I
So
once you told me about the bakery thing, I went back to the map and looked at a bunch of stuff, and I was like, I'm shocked at how well I was able to like guess at stuff. But I was like, okay, the barrels was most likely left over from the bakery idea. This
yeah,
area,
we wanted like a cellar
yeah,
cider sort of deal. Like, yeah,
this table too. I was like, I wasn't 100% sure, but I was like, maybe this area could have been left over from that. And then of course the flour bags on top of the barrels and stuff like that. There was like, I don't know, it was just weird. I don't know.
yeah. Obviously, like we had to cuts and stuff. Like the furnaces didn't quite work. This wasn't like a final project,
Yeah,
obviously, as you
yeah,
can see.
it's
So
very
we
work
were
in
like, hey, how
progress.
is this direction going? Does it feel like we're doing something right here? Do we need to change stuff up before we invest too much time into it? Obviously, there were some changes made, and then obviously we like there's multiple like passes you want to do on like a map of like this sort of like grade. You want to like you build everything, and then you do like a pass for like, is it thematic, is it correct, um and then you do multiple like iterations on it, and then eventually you some stuff is just building iterations, like can I add more stuff here, does this all work together, and then you do like review iterations where it's like, are there any noticeable bugs, like is this part layered incorrectly, and you just fly around the whole map. And we also had some like cool stuff. Is like, where do you put like the decorations for other events?
In the basement, of course.
Yeah, of course.
that's
We
where
have
that's
the
where I
Christmas
would put them if I had a
the
basement.
Christmas tree. We have the love notes for Halloween, for not Halloween.
Valentine's.
I think, wait, or maybe I don't know if I came up with that one, but I definitely liked it.
I like that idea too. The idea that it's all in like the thing.
Of
But you
course.
said this area isn't much different. I
Yeah,
see.
well,
Yeah,
there's some obviously some differences, and you'll see them. But like, yeah, we are like, oh, well, there's a hole in the wall because like we want like, the bakery cellar. Like a bakery cellar can only be so big, right? Like we
yeah.
can't make it bigger than the bakery itself. So we tried to go with like the same size as the bakery, which was a little too big. But from what I heard, but it's fine.
the ghosts are missing too. There's not like a ghost here and down here like how there is on the final version.
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff that we're like missing a little bit. Like I said, small details, but as you can see, like we ended from like this like fire theme to like more of like a seance theme.
It looks basically the same though. I mean,
Yeah, we just
there's
kind of
like
destroyed it a little bit. Like,
yeah
I mean, like the library is very similar. It was just like, okay, does this? It doesn't really, it didn't really fit in with the rest of like the map in terms of like design as things progressed. And I don't mind like a cozy area, but there was just some concern about that. So we were like, okay, well, how can we make this feel more like it was like abandoned or something in like a mine shaft? And maybe it's just like some like witch or like creatures of the night have been living out of it for a little bit, and otherwise it's been unbeknownst to the rest of Ponytown society.
yeah. This area
This
is
didn't change a
pretty
whole
similar.
lot.
Yeah, it's just
It
the
should be
colors
lit.
of it changed. It was green, I think, in the official one, the final one or whatever.
This area got changed a little bit, but like this was like our like we had this, and it was like we were told do more of this. I see what you want, like a lot more detail, very much more in theme with Halloween. Like this feels like a witch's brewing corner, right?
Yeah, there's
Um,
actually in the caves in the main game, the normal caves, not the community one. There is a cauldron very similar to this there as well, so
yeah,
it fits really well to the game. Like it doesn't feel out
yeah.
of place, even though it's got like the animations and the fire and everything.
One of our last developed areas. It's very sparse, and some things got moved around. Like this stand is still there. It's just it doesn't serve food anymore.
Yeah,
It just got moved down like over here. We I think we ultimately decided with going against making things pick uppable that weren't in main game
yeah.
already.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if that was a rule because I wanted to ask about the rules and stuff because I was curious because I know there's so much you can do with like the build tools and abilities that you guys have access
I
to, the dev tools
I asked
basically.
I asked about making these things pick uppable. I was told no.
Yeah,
However, I do not know if that was in the content, if there was some miscommunication there in terms of I asked if I can make a bitmap pick uppable, which it's definitely not pick uppable. I mean, you can pick up a bitmap. It just gives you a blue square. It
yeah,
doesn't give
it
you like the
breaks.
actual object, as you can see on event, right? So I actually we don't do that on event because it's just broken. But so I don't know if they thought like I was meant to bitmap asset, which in that case, like obviously that's a hard no because
Yeah,
it's worthless. But the mugs are actual in-game objects. That actually someone who worked on this event made them, but not for this event.
yeah,
And then also it came to like, do we want to have like a full cider mug? And there's no cider mugs in the game. And I can't speak for the direction of Ponytown on like including certain of those assets in the future. I don't know if we view cider as an alcoholic drink we want to avoid including in a children's game, or if we just view it as like just regular apple cider that's not alcoholic.
I don't know. To me, it's a gray area. We'll just have to wait and really see what they ultimately decide. I think like the
It
mug
also comes,
itself is fine.
yeah.
Like if they ever add it, I think it would most likely be added like this, where it's just an empty mug,
Empty.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. The way it really depends on like how are users going to use it? Like is
yeah,
this gonna be a
because
problematic item, right?
people already take the sparklers and use it as like cigarettes and drugs and stuff. So
Uh,
so it's
they're
there's
they're more
already things
creative
like
than me.
that.
I was like, oh, a sparkler, sparkly.
I
But
think
no,
people
that
use the
is
chalk like that too, but I don't know. Yeah, let's load the other one because there are a few things that I have found in there that I think might be secrets, and I want to know if you agree or not. So
yeah, as you can see, like this map is so much more like well done in the sense of like
yeah,
there's much more like fine detailing like on the sides.
yeah.
Like, it keeps the same core theme, but it's like, well, maybe we add some more pumpkins and some more vines and stuff.
Okay, this was something that I'm pretty sure this is a map error, but you can actually pick up this icicle from her ear and the up there on the thing.
That's
It
got as far
yeah.
as I know, that's a map error.
It respawns obviously because it's the tools and it's been recolored. As it respawns with the base color of the icicle, and then eventually turn like once it fully grows, it just completely disappears instantly. It's kind of goofy,
That's kind of funny.
but it was
Yeah,
something I
I
noticed.
think I don't think that was intentional,
I didn't think it was either because
but
it looks like it's not right because it's it's supposed to be like grime or whatever like on the walls, right? So
Oh, 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 oh! I see what you mean. Yeah, no, that is
Yeah,
yeah, that is not supposed to be pickupable.
yeah,
Uh, so I thought it was like the portrait or something, but you mean the like okay, I
yeah.
see
The
what you mean. The
icicle.
actual
You
icicles.
click
Yeah,
on the ear is where it's at. Um,
yeah.
it's kind of goofy. Now there is something else
Yeah, okay.
too.
That is definitely not intentional. That was definitely a bug there.
I just wanted to point that out because I thought it was kind of funny. Now, all the way at the bottom of the map, I'm pretty sure this is intentional because this feels like it's hard to not be intentional. But you can actually take the grapes from this painting.
Yeah, that one's intentional.
That's such a cute detail. I like that.
That was Gummy's idea. So I mean, this room was kind of Gummy's pet project. So if they don't contribute to anything you say, I am willing to show the few secrets in here. I guess the grapes are one of them. I can't pretend to remember all of them, but there's a couple. I mean, not in this room. I guess there's two in this room. There's the grapes,
Oh, there's a
and then
second one in this room.
there's a second one. Do you see this like this green portrait here
Yeah,
of the horse? Okay,
yeah.
wait, you don't have your horn on. Okay, watch this.
Oh shit!
But like when you
He's
turn the
got
light on, it
eyes.
like goes away.
Oh right.
And then you
Okay,
turn the light
that's
off.
really cool. Yeah, it blinks and everything. That's so cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
it's
how I
it's kind
didn't
of
notice
spooky.
that.
It's very like you know, I don't know how they did that
Wow.
either. I'm not gonna lie, but I was like, that's really cool. And then like the lantern respawns, and it's like, oh, it's like normal, yeah.
I'm
But like,
surprised I haven't seen that because I've come through here plenty of times and like I've clicked on everything over here. That's how I found like the grapes and stuff like
the
that.
thing is, if you pick the lantern up, but you hold the lantern in the like here, you're not gonna see it.
Yeah, that's probably why. Obviously, I mentioned the ghosts. I don't know if that was meant like if that's considered a secret or not because
What
they
goes?
the one right here it disappears when you get close to it. You have to be kind of far from it, but it's like
Oh, I
on the
see. I wouldn't
jack-o'-lantern.
say that was a secret. I would say that that's
Yeah, there's
yeah, I
another
see.
one down
I
here
see
too.
it. I think that was intended just to be like a cool, cute design. I mean, it's not super secret. It's like visually
Yeah,
apparent. I was
yeah.
definitely yeah. I remember people talking about that one. And they're like, this would just be cool like ambiance and decoration. So this is like a it's a forge sort of area, right? So we got like
Yeah.
the hot furnace. We have the hot coals. If you pick up a marshmallow stick,
Oh, it works
you
on yeah, it works on this.
I don't know if you want to consider that a secret because it's kind of
I
like
mean,
implied there, but it's definitely like different than like game mechanics.
I'm assuming there's like either an invisible campfire there or
Yeah, it's
something
just
that
invisible
that
campfires.
yeah, okay.
There's like a
Yeah,
number of them because it's a big
that's
pit.
pretty cool. I didn't even think to even try that. I don't think I've seen anybody use
And
that
it also doesn't
either.
help that there's sometimes someone just sitting here and it's like blocking the sticks.
I thought it was weird that there were marshmallows here. Like, no offense, but it just felt very random compared to everything else, especially since
Yeah, well,
the
I added
colors are
these here because I
different.
wanted people to like actually like be
Yeah,
able to do it, right? Like, because if we add this feature in and you have to walk all the way across the map, like a different map to get them, it
yeah,
doesn't really work. So yeah, no, this was intentional. I guess it's kind of a secret because it's not super obvious.
yeah. What about the jack-o'-lantern back here? Is that intentional or is that also a map error?
Where
It's outside the map slightly right here.
oh that no, that's gotta be intentional.
Okay, I
It's
couldn't
gonna
be
look just
sure
like a
because it's like
spooky face in the void.
yeah, it's like a spooky face in the void. So I thought maybe it was on
Yes, I see
purpose,
it.
but I couldn't tell if it was just accidentally placed or not because there's not another one anywhere.
Building for events though is very much different than building for like something that's gonna end up on the main map.
Yeah, because you have to get like way different approval and stuff. Like it's not just like oh what you're building and it's gonna be there for 2 days and then disappear. This is something that's here for weeks. So
Yeah,
it's a whole different
it's
thing.
it's yeah. It's also just like for events. It's like yeah, it looks good. It works. It can be a little
Yeah,
buggy. But at the end of the day, it doesn't. It's not a direct like impression of the Ponytown team itself. It's just like yeah, the event did something fun. The con did
yeah,
something fun.
exactly.
And whoever's running the event gets like basically final say on that to some extent within a very large boundary of reason. But then it comes to like main game, it's like okay, well, those other considerations. It needs to be less buggy,
Yeah,
which we did a great job. But there's definitely some problems that I think definitely update at some point. But and it's just like keeping the style same, keeping the stuff like there was a discussion about NPCs, and to be clear, I don't like if you go on events, you'll see like sometimes there's NPC characters.
yeah,
Sometimes it's just the giant like Fez plushies and offline plushies. Sometimes
yeah.
it's bitmaps. and that was definitely a consideration. That was not something that was something we only dealt with. We thought about it and we're like, well, Ponytown doesn't have NPCs, so we're not going to have NPCs. Maybe that was a missed opportunity,
I don't
but
know.
that was not something I spoke with the main game about. So that's on
I
me.
think it was a good decision not to do it because I think part of the reason why I was against the bitmaps is because I feel like that opens up a lot of confusion for like players because they're gonna see the blue squares every now and then because they're just buggy like that. But also they're gonna see items and stuff that just don't exist, if that makes sense. Like if you had done an
Yeah,
NPC, like it would have been really confusing. It would have been like, well, Ponytown doesn't have NPCs. What's up with that?
bitmaps were definitely like allowed. That was definitely something that was definitely like a direct consideration because bitmaps can be really powerful. We were given very much a lot of free reign in some regards to like how we want to deal with like techniques we can use to make this feel like different from main game in like a very subtle way, and like including some bitmap objects was definitely a thing we wanted to consider, but we didn't want to do too many. My personal biggest gripe with bitmaps is you can abuse them so easily to be lazy.
Yeah,
Uh, I
yeah,
think I think one of the things that I really love about Ponytown is the ability to build and do really creative things with a very limited palette. And bitmaps really allow you to expand that palette, and you can use that in very creative ways. And you can also just like import a whole house and just be super lazy about it.
yeah.
And so I think we struck a good balance between uh that I think we definitely stood on the more conservative side. Like for bitmaps, I don't think there's a whole lot of bitmaps here. I think these spider webs are a bitmap
Yeah, the
and
spiderwebs, the
black ones,
coffin.
not the white ones. The white ones are
Yeah,
main game
yeah,
assets, I think.
these the ones on the floor.
And there's
Yes.
probably some other stuff, but I know the stairs.
The
Oh my
casket
gosh,
is
these
too.
stairs. There was the this was something to do in Ponytown. Because if you Ponytown's aspect not its top down aspect ratio or whatever you want to call it, um does not contribute well to stairs descending the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen.
Yeah, trust
That
me, I
that
know.
went through numerous iterations, and Cosmic did an absolutely fantastic job like making this look good. It was not easy to make this look good. I saw many bad iterations of it. And to be clear, like they were trying really hard.
Yeah,
It's just so hard to
it's a
do
hard
with.
thing to do because I mean, it's stairs in Ponytown have always been kind of difficult. Just in general, it's always been a difficult thing. But I 100% agree with the bitmap use. Like you said, it can be very easily abused, and I think you guys did strike a good balance with it too, because you guys didn't do anything too crazy. Like you didn't
Yeah.
have like, for example, the walls. Like there's not just one big bitmap image across that whole wall, or like recolored icicles and stuff isn't just one bitmap image that you just put down a couple of times or whatever. You just used an item that already exists and then use the tools that you guys have to do creative stuff with it. Why this location? Like I know it was originally supposed to be part of the bakery or whatever, but when you switched to doing it as a cave, why did you choose specifically this part of the cliffs?
Well, it's gonna be a cave, so it's got to be in the cliff somewhere. It should be near a spawn, so it shouldn't be across the map. There's only so many cliffs in the game. There's a cave on the other side of the map, so we don't want to like put it next to that cave. It has to be physically distinct in some capacity. Especially you don't want it to feel like there's like overlap, right? You don't want to feel like you walk into this cave and you're like, wait, it feels like I'm walking where the other cave is. So there's definitely not that. It's not on top of spawn because like the other considerations are like at spawn replace the other cave, which we're not going to do here, or like up in the top corner of the map forest area. And it's like this is like close to spawn, so it's close to the action where people are without like being too close to the cave. It wasn't like that deep. I mean, we actually wanted to put it over here initially.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we ended up moving it. We ended up moving it over here.
I think it's a really good location, especially, I mean,
Especially
everything.
like this pathing.
Yeah,
This pathing kind of leads right to like this
yeah,
sort of thing, which is like this is very, very much a central like map location.
yeah.
But a lot of people are here, and then it's like, oh, what's this? Oh, there's this thing.
You didn't mention how long it took to work on this. You did obviously in DMs, but I don't think you said it vocally here. Like how
Yeah,
long
we
that
had a couple weeks to work on this, so I'm very proud of what we accomplished in like the 2 weeks.
the kinds of comments and questions that you've gotten since the map has appeared, but is there any questions that like you've gotten from other players about the map that maybe I haven't asked or that you think someone else might ask later?
I've gone across multiple servers, especially closer to launch. Like I was like, okay, well, I can sit on 18 plus all I want, right? But maybe I should like interact with other parts of the community. I think that's important. Because the game is not just English 18 plus English safe. It's also the Russia community is huge. I think Vietnamese is also really big. There's a bunch of big communities. I don't want to like maybe be labeling them specifically, but I went across like almost every server, or at least the main servers of each language zone, and I kind of sat there, and most people don't even recognize me.
I don't think your face is really attached to anything in Ponytown, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
that's fair. I mean, I don't. To be clear, I'm not looking for like the fame, but
No, that's yeah.
I did interact with a few people and kind of like mention that I worked for it and was like, how do you like it? Try to get some feedback. I think Ponytown players they're just happy. They're just really happy people. I don't know. People just really like the map. They thought it was really cool. I mean, there's obviously the person that's like, this sucks. Why would they do this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the items in the caves that are usually exclusive to the map, which one would you like to see in the base game? You said that the mugs, right? Do you still feel
I
that
like the
way?
cider mugs because there's a full cider mug too. We just didn't include it.
Yeah, I've seen it on events before. I was actually
Yeah,
shocked when I saw these on here. I was like, "Oh my god, they actually got away with like putting these here." And then I realized they weren't full, and I was like, "Oh, that's probably why."
yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
this one.
Are you willing to answer questions from the comments of this video? What I meant by that basically is once the video goes live, I'll send you the link to it, and you can go on there whenever you want to, whenever you feel like, if you want to, and just reply to
Yeah.
comments and stuff. If there's any,
I have no problems interacting with the community.
okay,
Or your community. It's a little bit of both.
yeah, yeah,
The overlap will be 1-to-1 for the most part. But yeah, I'm definitely open to doing that. Oh, I think we didn't discuss map time for how long the map will be around.
Yeah,
Potential
that's true. Yeah, we haven't discussed that, but which is there any information you can share on that?
I could say the map is temporary.
Yeah.
It's for Halloween only, so I don't know how long that will last, but I mean, as you can see, it's very much designed to be a Halloween map first and foremost. It's not really possible to like swap it over. I mean, you could make it non-Halloween, but then it's just Cave 2.0, and there's not much different. But so yeah, the map is temporary for the holiday. As far as future maps, I will not confirm nor deny their existence. But maybe you want to pay attention during Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah, this if it does go away after the event, I think the event for Halloween will probably last either 1 more week or 2 more weeks, because usually they do 1 to 2 weeks after the holiday passes. It just depends on if they're like how soon they're ready for winter, basically. Because when the event will be removed when they replace it with winter, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's usually how it goes. I might be mistaken.
Yeah.
Like fall or autumn or whatever might stay like a little bit longer. So by the time this goes out, there will probably only be a week left of the map. But yeah, is there any last thing you want to mention or go over before I close this out?
I love Ponytown. I love the Ponytown users. The users are great. I do everything for the community. So I mean, because I do more than just this. I do events as well.
Yeah,
Other events.
I've seen your name
Gotta show my
in
events.
some events and stuff before.
I
I've seen a lot of
show the
those
events I
names.
do.
So yeah.
Come to Vancouver. I'm the lead for Vancouver, but not for Ponytown. That's in January. I gotta show my events in January, I guess.
The people that do these events are just really good. They're really good at this stuff.
The overlap is high. I will say the overlap.
Yeah, overlap is high. I know.
It's like it's the same people. It's like, so we're building this Halloween event for the main game, and then we all gotta rush over and do the exact same thing for Scissors event. Or it's not just Scissors. Like they picked up the Halloween event for this year. There was one last year as well. Someone else ran it, but.
This was great. Thank you for your time. If anybody else from your team that worked on this reach out to me, I'll include it in like a clip somewhere or something. But yeah, thank you and great job on this, and great job to everyone else that worked on this. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm looking
And
forward
yeah.
to seeing what other events and stuff that you and your team and everyone else works on, because it's always good. And I say this every time there's an event, like on the event server, go to them even if you're not going to spend that much time on them, because you can get so much inspiration, so many ideas for builds on your party island, because some of the stuff that they do on these events are kind of possible sometimes on the main party island sometimes. So it's good to get inspiration for that sort of stuff. So it's always a good time to go on there. Plus it's good just to appreciate it, because it's like looking at a piece of art or something.
And I should also mention, maybe probably haven't said this enough, but big shout out to everyone who worked on this event. Let me see if I can get a list of names here.
The list is over here.
Angel, Beazle, Cosmic, Delphinx, Gummy, Minty, Nom, Pinkburst, Portal, and Videhart. Like everyone contributed a lot, and I'm really like thankful for everyone who helped and like contributed to this event. Like I know it's like I'm sitting here like, yeah, I helped run the event, but not a single thing would be possible without every name on this list. They're all really amazing people, and I'm very glad that I get to work with them and learn from them, and contribute to the community alongside them. So, well, yeah, well, well, it's just like I did like lead this event. Like a lot of direction is like group oriented, and I don't want to tell people exactly what to do, but it's very much like, let's get together as a group, hash some ideas out, sort of thing, make sure things are going in the right direction. Like I have management roles, but like every single one of them, nothing would be possible without them. So I want to make sure a big shout out to my team, or maybe not my team, but like our team, because it's not. I don't want to say. I don't want to claim like it's mine exactly, but everyone is amazing.
It's mine, and you can't have it.
Yeah, I love them all. They do fantastic jobs, and I know I'll work with them again in the future. But I'm looking forward to it. They're amazing. So.
Alrighty, and thank all of you for watching this video all the way through. I know it's a little bit longer, but these kinds of videos take more time, and there's a lot to sort of discuss in them. But I hope you did enjoy it nonetheless, learn something new, or whatever else. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing any number of those wonderful things like that, because when you do wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.